Okay, so once we have our isolated image, it's cropped, it's on a nice solid background color, and you've done a better job than me at reducing all of this fringing and so forth, we're ready to save it in two different ways. So the first way you always want to save a Photoshop file is at, that's File, Save As, at so-and-so.psd, or Photoshop document. So I'll save that one here. And then the other thing I want to do is to save this as a preview image or a compressed JPEG. So that's going to be File, Export, let's do File, Save for Web. Now this one wound up cropping down pretty small, but in your case hopefully you're working with something larger. Generally you don't want to go above 500 pixels in the largest dimension for our purposes. So here under image size you would change this to 500 if it was larger. Up here at the top it should be a preset JPEG, and then very high is fine. You can mess around with this if the file size is too large, but 15K, 100K, it's no big deal at all. Alright, so when I save that, I can save it here right where I save skater.psd, but you'll notice that my original file was called skater.jpg. So I might need to call this, say, skater2.jpg so one doesn't copy over the other. Okay, so we're done in Photoshop, and now I can switch over to Moodle. So here in Moodle, if I go to week 1, you'll see a forum, and that's how most of our work is going to get uploaded, called Isolations. And within that forum, I've described exactly what it is that I want. So you're actually going to be making 3 separate isolations of black and white machinery, and then later down the line, we'll use all these different isolations we make as a group to sort of construct an image from scratch in Photoshop. So more on that later. Just like I've been saying throughout, make sure you use high pixel count images. I also say delete extra layers, but do go ahead and leave the background in there. Add the saturated background color, crop close to the edge, and so forth. We've done all those things. And then here, as you complete each isolation, upload a PSD and a reduced size JPEG. Okay? So you can see I've already done an example here, but let me do another. So to upload something, I'm going to hit Reply. And there's actually 2 different ways to upload images here. So one is in the body of the message, and the other one is as an attachment. Since PSDs or Photoshop documents can't be previewed in Moodle, we're going to upload them as attachments. So I click here, go to Upload File, and choose. And now I can navigate to the desktop, Isolations, Skater.psd, and Upload. Open and Upload. Now in your case you're going to have 3 of each, but I just have the one because this is for demonstration purposes. Let that guy think for a little bit. Okay, so I see skater.psd down here. Now up here at the top, I'll hit this little icon which looks like hills with a little tiny sun rising over them. And I'll click on Find or Upload an Image. Again, it's Upload a File, Choose, and this time we're doing skater2.jpg, Open, and Upload. So I'll hit Insert, hit OK, and then say Post to Forum. So now if I did everything right, I should see this preview image. So the reason we created that compressed JPEG so we can see what these PSDs will actually look like when we download them and use them. Again, as you'll see at the top, you want to do 3. Make sure you read this very carefully when you're getting that homework done, and we'll take a look at that work on week 2.